inequalities that they want you to graph. The first one is x. X is greater than 4. X is less than negative 4. And they want you to tell them whether or not it's a compound inequality. Okay? So just for the sake of time, because we don't have a lot, I'm just going to put the numbers down. Is this marker coming up on the? Okay. X is greater than 4. Is that an open or a closed circle?
Open.
Actually, you know what's a better way to do it? Put them both on the same graph. You'll be able to see it real good like that. So negative 4, 4. X is greater than 4. There's going to be an open circle on 4. And which way should I shade in? Left or right? To the right. Thank you, Monica. So this way. Now, X is less than negative 4. Is that an open or a closed circle?
Open.
Less than. Open. If there's no or equal to, it's open. Okay? So which way is less than? Left or right?
Left.
Okay. So do they have an overlapping?
No.
So is it a compound inequality?
No.
Good. If the two do not overlap, it is not a compound inequality. You can't put it together. That means there's no way for you to put those two inequalities together and they both have an answer. They will never have an answer that's the same. No numbers that's going to work here are going to work here. Okay? Questions? I want to do one more from number 5. Just for time's sake, and we should be able to move, keep it moving after that. It says, what are the solutions of 3x minus 7 is less than or equal to 14, or 4x minus 8 is greater than 20, and they want us to write the solution as a compound inequality and an interval notation. Ooh, I didn't know you guys had to learn that. Alright, so let's solve this one first. What do we do first? Anybody know? Remember, this should be like second nature now. Corey. Do what to 7?
Plus 7.
Good. Add 7 to both sides. These cancel. You get 3x is less than or equal to 21. What's my last step, Monica?
You divide.
Divide.
3.
Good.
And you get x is less than or equal to 7.
Very good. X is less than or equal to 7. Now you come on this side. What do I do first to solve this side? Chris. Okay. And you get 4x is greater than, what's 20 plus 8? 28. And divide.
You get x is greater than 7.
Thank you. Now, they want you to write it as a compound inequality. That means they want you to put it together. Let's see how I can do this. Can you see down here? Okay. I have x is less than or equal to 7, and I have x is greater than 7. So really, I only have one target number. What is it? 7. So let's put a couple numbers on both sides. Now we're going to see something interesting here. If I try to graph x is less than or equal to 7, is that an open or a closed circle?
Repeat the question.
X is less than or equal to 7. Open or closed? Closed. Right? Which way is less than? To the left. Okay. Now on the same graph, they want me to combine these together. Okay. X is greater than 7. Is that an open or circle. Open. That's what I'm doing. You can't do two different colors, that's okay. And which way is greater than? Only reason I'm doing two different colors is because I want to show you something. Now, when you look at this graph, because they said or, everybody read number 5. Do you see where it says or? It says 3x minus 7 is less than 14, or 4x minus 8 is greater than 20. Did everybody see that or?
Yeah.
That's very important. There's a big difference between these two words. Anybody know the words I'm going to say? Good. Big difference between and
Hello, Miss James.
and or.
What is an open circle and what is a closed circle?
The red, you see I made it open?
So is that how they...
So I try to open one
You
bigger.
can't. Yes, that's a good way to do it.
A bigger
But what
circle?
end is overlapping on or?
Good. When you are talking about and, you're talking about where they overlap. That's what Chesley just said. Okay? And is where the two graphs overlap. But if you say or, it means either one, right? They don't have to overlap. Does that make sense? For and, you need both of the graphs to overlap when you're shading it in. You need the two shaded parts to overlap. For or, you're saying either one. I don't care if they overlap. Does that make sense? So for or, any shaded area. So is this an or an? Or. So if I say any shaded area on this graph, that's what we're looking at. What part of the graph are we looking at?
4, 5, 6, 8, 9, 10.
The whole thing. Because even my arrows, right? It keeps going off ever and ever. Is there any part of the graph that's not shaded? No. Okay? Everything is covered. Does that make sense? Alright, so they want you to write this. It's kind of a step farther to me, but your book says do it. They want you to write this in interval notation. Interval notation, let me do it with an easier one so you can see what that means. Interval notation for this question means my graph starts at, write a different color. It starts at 1 and it ends at what? 4. Now, who notices I did a bracket and a parentheses? Why? Why? One bracket, not because it looks cool. One bracket, one parentheses. Why?
Because the bracket
Because one is
is
open circle and one is closed.
You are so smart. The bracket is for when you have a closed circle. That means to smart math students like yourself, 1 is included in the answer. Parentheses means open circle. 4 cannot be an answer. It's not included. That's just your stopping point. See the difference? Alright, so when I come to this one, how far does this arrow go? Does it ever stop? No. What's the name for that? It goes to Chestnut. I gotta get you a cookie or something. It goes to infinity. That's how you draw infinity. Everybody seen that sign before? It's like a 8 sideways. Yeah. Okay? But you can't say infinity going backwards. Because you're going backwards, right? You have to say negative infinity. I know that sounds crazy, but that's what you say. It's negative infinity. Now this way is positive. You're going up, right? So this is positive infinity. So your answer is from negative infinity to positive infinity. That means every number. Now I know we took a big step. So after Corey asked this question, I want to see 1 to 5 where we are now with difficulty.
Then you need to put the brackets.
Good. Ooh, good question, Corey. Why did I use brackets?
You didn't know.
Because both of them is closed circle.
They're both
Brackets
open.
are for closed circle, but why didn't I use brackets?
They're for open circles, and that's where each end.
Oh, plus it's not
To me, I don't think
end.
we
Because
do
all
that.
the numbers are.
Very good. If I use a bracket, then I'm saying that there's a stopping point, and that stopping point is included in the answer. For infinity, there's never a stopping point. So you don't put it in brackets. It just keeps going and going and going and going and going. sense?
Is that close?
I don't remember your answer. I'm sorry. What did you say again?
I don't remember either.
Okay, good job. All right.